morning. Happy Friday. Today is Veterans Day. I don't think you can really say Happy Veterans Day, but Honorable Veterans Day? I don't know. So I'm here to work on Santa's Helper. We have the cover. We have our ID card for our head elf in charge of Santa's Helpers. Very important job. His ID card goes right there. I have a little tab on a vintage safety pin, actual vintage safety pin, on a little piece of fabric. This is also a pocket, and I need to put something in here. I haven't decided what yet. I'm thinking some kind of like little ledgery ephemera kind of thing there. On the inside, what we have is we have this page of pocketses. What has we got in our pocketses? And we've got this covered, but I don't know what I'm doing on it yet. And then we still have this to do. So there's still plenty to do. But right now, what I would like to work on is the front here. And so what my plan is, let's see, this is going to go like that. And I want to have, I kind of messed that up. So this is what I'm going to do. This is that Craftex, it's paper, but it's a leathery kind of paper. Let me show you the packaging. It is called Craftex paper fabric. And you see, you can actually, like, I don't know if you can see that because of the glare, sew it like as if it's fabric, but it's also does well with being faux leather. So on this page, I'm going to put that and reinforce the holes that those go through. And I want to put a few slot pockets on this page. So that those will go through, but then I'm going to glue this down. So that will be a slot pocket page. But before I do so, I want to have a elastic board. And I've cut two pieces of Blue Fern Studios paper. It's nice thick paper, so it'll be sturdy. And this is going to be hinged over it. And then we'll have the elastics go through here. And I'll have some kind of like little twisty closure to keep this down. Maybe I'll do it over here or up here. Maybe I'll do it up here. Or maybe I should top and bottom it. A little closure here, a little closure here. Or I could, I don't know, I'll have some kind of thing to keep this from flopping around. But it will flip. So let us do, which we do first? I'm going to do some sewing too, but I'll have to do the sewing off camera because I can't get my sewing machine into the space. I'm going to do the back bit first. So this is how I do slot pockets. Now, the other thing I have to decide is for these slot pockets, am I going to make, I think I need to make some pouches too. So let's do the actual slots first. So this one, if I put this like this, can you see the top? Yes. Okay. So this one only needs to be about this long because this is just reinforcing these holes because I kind of goofed when I made them. So I'm just eyeballing it. I want it to be slightly longer than, so to go around the edges. So I'm going to eyeball it and cut it right there. Max, in fact, I'm just going to grab some of my Tim Holtz scissors. Okay. I'm just going to cut this just like that. No big deal. Okay, and I want to round the corners. I did not grab my corner chomper. I have a We Are Memory Keepers Crocodile Corner Chomper, which I really like. I think I'm going to do the smaller corner. Yes, that was the right choice. like that. And the other thing that works very well on these is that they're fairly easy to make look distressed. You can crumple them up and they get kind of liney. And then we're going to take some, I think we're going to take some ground espresso on this, just on these because they're already dark. This is walnut. This is vintage. I don't have a ground espresso spreader thing out at the moment. Let's see. Do I have any? So this is, let me just grab these for a second. This is how I store. I have a drawer next to me. It's an IKEA cabinet. And this is how I keep my my daubers. I use wine corks, which I have a plethora of. I find the champagne ones have almost a nice ergonomic shape to them, but the regular ones work fine as well. Do I have a ground espresso? That looks like black soot. I'm just going to grab one. I have some blank ones in here too. And I am kind of wanton and disorganized with them, but I don't find that it's a major problem. And then the backs, let me show you what I do for the, I just glue on a little, this is the hook side of a Velcro dot. It's exactly the right size. And it just Velcros right there. So here is my ground espresso. I think I had one in there now that I see this. Hello, babies. My dogs just came in to say hi. They said, oh, you left the gate open. Yes, I did. Why don't you guys lie down? I have 2 Husky Mix Rescues. And then you can, if you just go along the creases, it just ages it nicely. And it makes it look very leathery as well, I think. Okay, so I'll keep that out. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue that on where it's supposed to go. Because I kind of messed up when I was figuring out where those holes should go. So the metal prongy things on the back, and then I'll sew it too. So this is an idea of how I'm fixing that problem. So I'm just going to glue that down. Oops, I'm just going to glue that down. Yes, I am. Yeah, let me get a clampy thing. Where's my good clampy thing? Huh. I have a nice vintagey looking wide one. Oh, can't find it. It's in there someplace. So I'm going to clamp this down for a moment. Let that dry. Okay, now I made a bunch more strips. And I want these to go kind of like this. I think. Here, I'm going to line this up so it's straight. And kind of eyeball evenly space those. Maybe a little lower. So these are going to be slot pockets. So using some vellum on the back, at least for the top 2, I think will be a good idea. So let me corner chomp these. So it's finally gotten cooler here in Massachusetts. I have I still haven't turned it on today's November, what, November 7th or something like that? No, that's not right. I don't know what day today is. See, last Sunday was the 5th because that was my son's birthday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So it must be the 10th. Somewhere around there. So I still haven't turned the heat on. I'm very cheap and stubborn. And I think what I will do is I'm going to glue these on and then cut the slits so that they're all, so that I do it all in one fell swoop. I just need a paper towel for a second because I feel like I'm sniffling and my allergies have been annoyingly. Oh gosh, craft lunch. Hold on, excuse me. Oh dear. Okay. Sorry about that. I figure one moment is better than a whole bunch of sniffling. Okay, so let's glue these down. And I'm trying to line things up, trying to get my edges lined up with the lines on my craft mat. And I'm just, oh, I didn't squish them up. Yeah, I'm going to do a little squishing up and inking. Yeah, so as I was saying, I still haven't turned the heat on because I'm cheap and stubborn. We just got a load of wood delivered yesterday. Really nice local guy came and delivered a cord of wood. Didn't give it to us, we paid for it, but it was still very appreciated. So we feel like we can be profligate with our wood fires now, because all last winter we hadn't had to buy wood because there had been a hurricane a couple years ago that felled a couple of trees, one in our yard and one in a friend's yard, and they let us come and get their wood. So we had like a winter and a half of free wood, which was so nice. But we had to buy some because we used all of that up, and it was a little, yeah, it was down to the nubbins. So it was nice to get a whole cord of wood. So now we feel like we can use our firewood, because our heating system runs on propane. So I'd rather use the wood than the propane. We'll see if we can, how long we go. How long can we last and not turn on the heat? I think until it gets really, until we have a proper cold snap, because, you know, then you have to worry about the pipes freezing. So we'll turn it on, but maybe we'll only put it up to 55 and we'll use the wood stove to make it comfortable. We'll use the heating system to not freeze pipes in the wood this year, just to keep it pleasant. Okay, so that's going to go there, covering up somebody's head, but that's okay. It's just background. Okay, there's that one. I think what I'll do is I'll do all my gluing and cutting for everything, for both pieces, and then I will I'll pause the video and do my sewing and then come back. Put one there, and I'll show you how I make the oops, that wasn't perfectly aligned. Oh well, I will show you how I make, which side do I want to use? Dog hair. Totally lost my train of thought there. Sorry. Oh dear. Just gonna sew it. Oh, the pockets on the back. I did not get them out ahead of time, so I'm gonna have to grab them from across the room. It's okay, it'll take me 2 seconds. Get that down like so. Actually, I think I need to sew these in place. Oh no, let me grab, I'll stay right there. I'll be right back. I'm just reaching across to the other side of the room, grabbing my pad of super cheap tracing paper. And this is what I'll use to make the pockets. pockets is. So you want to fold it. Let's see, is that going to be, no, I think that'll be okay. It's not too deep. You want to fold it so that when you glue it on, you're gluing this edge here to the top and this edge below, because the slot will go in there, so it catches things. So if, oh, I'm gonna have to make the cuts. Okay, so that's what gonna be the top pocket. Let's grab another one for the bottom pocket, so the middle pocket, top. So that'll go above. I think I want it, the bottom of the pocket to be a little bit shallower here. So I'm just going to fold that. Like that. And that'll do like that. And then I will just tear this one off here. Ta-da! Okay, so this pocket will go like that. And I don't think I'm going to need to make a pocket for the bottom one because it's just going to be on the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to take my We Are Memory Keepers Crocodile, what's it called? It doesn't have the name on it. It's a crocodile. It's a punch, but it's also an eyelet setter. If you haven't bought one of these and you're new to crafting, I strongly suggest one of these. They're extremely useful. So I'm just eyeballing. I'm going to punch a hole at each end, kind of centered. Like that. Sorry. Ooh, sorry. Didn't mean to bunch you, pop you. There. 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 Okay, and now I'm going to take a ruler. You can do this on the board, which was why I have it out. But I actually just changed my mind and decided to do it with a ruler and a craft knife instead. So I'm going to put my cutting board away. Got all the rulers out right now. Tidy that a little bit. Okie dokie. And my craft knife is right here. The other thing I have, which is right over there, is like it's a carousel, a white carousel with lots of compartments, and it turns like on a Lazy Susan that I got from Michael's years ago. Another highly, highly recommended product. Okay, so let's line these things up so we can make them straight. Okie dokie. I guess this is a utility knife, not a craft knife. And I'm just going to make 2 slices from punched hole to punched hole through both, hopefully, through both layers. Oops. Looks like I might need to change the blade. Okay, so that's one slot. Here's another slot. And I'm moving it so I can just see the hole peeking out of the side there. Slot 2, 1. And this is not obviously my invention. Tracy Fox has done this. I mean, lots of people. Nick the Booksmith have done this. I think Andrea from Artie Mays does this. I mean, a lot of people make these slot pockets. But this is just my take on it. I find making the holes, especially if you're making them on a smaller scale, like if you're making it on a tag or a journaling card, I find that making these holes is really beneficial. There we go. Okay, so we have slottage. There we go. I really like how that looks. I'm going to take this off, and I'm just going to, I know that the second hole, can you see how I goofed and I wound up making 2 holes? It's this second hole, I'm pretty sure. Let me just bring this back in so that I can double check, because it would be so sad to mess it up now. That's the trouble with all of these projects, is that the further along you go, the more worrisome it is to mess up. Yeah, I think it's the outer hole on both sides. Dum, bum, bum. Drum roll, please. 1, 2. There we go. Let's see if that goes through nicely. Oh, it's a little tight. That's okay. And on this one, I do need to sew it. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Ah, yes. Okay, so that's going to look very nice. I'm going to have, I think it's going to be okay. You can kind of see the tape behind. Do I have something that I could just put over that to be a better background? Where did I put my, oh, here's my magazine. Hold on. I still have some Ideals Christmas magazines. Is there something that would be a good background? I don't know if I want to use that. This is a pretty picture. It's gonna be puppies. Nah, nothing's really striking my fancy. All right, hold on. How about a piece of wrapping paper? Here's some, let's see, vintage wrapping paper in some bold colors that I probably won't use elsewhere. But if I put that on behind, there's going to be vellum. You might just be able to see it. And I probably am not going to, let's see. This goes like this. That's kind of fun. So I'm just gonna cut it off. Where's my ruler? I'm gonna tear it right about there. Okie dokie. And I think, and then I'll glue this down. What will I use for glue? I'm just going to use my Art Glitter Glue, because it is highly reliable. It's very strong. I trust it. I buy a large refill container, and I just decant it into one of these little tiny, very fine tipped glue bottles, and I keep a pin in the glue bottle. I have stuck a little embellishing flower through that pin at the top, because inevitably it gets buried in the desk mess. Okay, so we're just going to put that. Oops, it grabs so fast. All right, let's get this background. It grabs so fast. Okie dokie. That is just to cover up the tape, which I could see through the slots, which I wasn't happy with. And so this is like, whoa, bright, but it's going to be subdued because it's going to be behind this piece. And we have to glue on our vellum pockets, or in this case, tracing paper pockets. Okay, so the bigger one goes on the top like so. And you can see, I'm just going to glue the lower edge on below the slot, and I'll glue the top edge on above the slot. And then when it gets sewn, it will get caught. Do I want to make it so that it's not getting caught in the edge? Or do I want it, does it matter if it gets caught in the edge? Will it be annoying because it'll be hard to get through and will tear? So I'm going to cut it down just a smidge so it's not quite so wide. And I will use my cutting board for this. Like that. And then I should probably do the same with this one. And I'm just going to eyeball it like that. Voila. Okay. Okay, so slot pockets. And I think, oh no, I was going to use some tape. But I'm not going to use tape because the double-sided tape is very sticky. And if I'm going to sew this as well, I don't really want that sticky getting on my needle. So there I am gluing the bottom edge, and I'll just fold this over, and there's the top edge. Oh, I should have done the bottom one first. That's okay. It'll still work. And I'm going to go around this one with some glue. So when I go to sew it, I'm going to have to be careful not to, like I'll have to, yeah, interesting. We'll see. You need to not sew through the pocket part of the pocket, right? I'll have to be careful. Okay. So there. So this now, when you put something in, you can just barely make out that design behind it. That's kind of fun. So I want to sew around here. I want to sew around here. I'm going to sew around here, and I want to sew around all the edges, and I'm going to sew around here as well. But I'm going to do the other piece first because I also want to sew in the hinge. So the way this is going to work is this is going to go underneath here like this, and it's going to be an elastic board. So as you know, you're putting receipts and lists and ideas and images from catalogs. You're just like, this is the idea board kind of thing. And then this will be hinged to that piece, and everything will be glued down. So this is where I'm thinking about what I want for closure. I want something to slide that close, but I'm just wondering, do I need another one right here? So one slidey bit here, another little slidey bit here. They can be different. So I think for this slidey bit, what I will do is I'm going to grab my 2-inch circle punch. This is a EK Success 2-inch circle punch. And I need a bit of scrap cardstock, maybe the back side. Maybe I want the green. Yes, I like this green. And I'm going to cut. I want a fancy design. That's kind of fun, having a fancy design. And I think I'm actually going to cut 2 pieces so that they're good and sturdy. And I'm going to glue them together. I, so. So it's a really nice, when you glue this Blue Fern Studios paper together, it's super, super strong. So now I need a brad. Maybe I'll do a hole reinforcer as well. I have some green ones. I mean, what is this? This is not green. I have green. I was thinking green. I have gold. I have red. Maybe a little red accent would be fun. I have some Christmassy green that's the same color green. I don't think I want to go matchy-matchy. Here's a gold one. What do you think, red or gold? There's a lot of red on that side and less red on this side. I'm kind of leaning towards red. And I don't have a red in the really big. I'm looking for one of this shape, but in red. Nope. Ah, there it is. There it is. Okay. And then the other thing I really want, yes, I like the red better on that. I need one of these. Here's one that looks like this is like a kind of industrial metal. I kind of like the idea of that industrial. So I'm gonna take two of those. I have another one in here. This one has a Phillips head and this one has a flat head. So I'm gonna use those. And then I also have this. Found number 365. Did I get, I thought I got some of these with Christmas stuff on them. Did I? Yes, I did. No, did I? Wish. Yeah, I think it has to be Wish, don't you? Just gotta be Wish. There's another one in here. What is this other one? Sorry, I've got Peace. Oh, Believe. Believe, that's pretty good too. Peace. And this one says Wish. Oh. Oh, well, that's the wrong orientation, so that solves that problem. Believe. I think it's got to be Believe. I know I just said the opposite, but yeah, it's a woman's prerogative, you know? We change our minds. Okie dokie. So now, do I want to reinforce that with this one? I think has to get reinforced with a, because that's gonna have to. Maybe I'll do this at the bottom, and it'll be there. So this one I think has to get reinforced with a little eyelet, an eyelet. Might as well do both with an eyelet. And it's got to be a large-ish eyelet because of the size of the brad. Those are small. This is a larger one. And I'm gonna do I have any of those rosy ones? Yeah, I think I'm gonna do these rosy ones. I am definitely mixing and matching my metals. If that bothers you, apologize, but I like it. It's wonky. This is a little, this head elf has a difficult job. You know, Santa's helpers. Santa's helpers are amateurs, you know? And he's, sewing. If I put the eyelets on before I sew, then I'm going to have to, all right. So I have these picked out. I'm going to sew around this because it's making me anxious. So hold that thought. I'll be right back. Hello again. I'm back. So this is where I am so far. I have sewn around this one. And I realized I could not sew around this because I can't do it without closing it. So for you in future, if you're going to do this, sew around this and then glue on your pockets. But what I did to compensate was I just put a little sewing on either side here. It's fine. I kind of miss not having the sewing around here, but that's okay. It'll be fine. The glue is gonna hold. It's gonna be fine. Maybe I'll distress it a little bit. We'll see. But anyway, so I have my slot pockets, and they have a lovely crunchy sound to them. And I have glued my two sides, I almost said two slices, two pieces of the Blue Fern Studios together to be the elastic board. And I just sewed this piece of ticking material on here because that's going to be my hinge. So that's going to go around the back like that. I have to be careful not to cover those up, but I can line them up. So this lines up nicely. I'm going to have my closure there in that corner like that. And I'm going to have this closure here in this corner like this. But before I put those in, I've already lost my eyelets and my, there we go, my split pins and my eyelets are going to go there. But before I do that, I need to figure out where my elastics are going to go. So the elastics I want to crisscross. So I need 8 altogether, like 4 and 4, and they tie like shoelaces, and you wind up on the back with straight lines, so you can use the ones on the back as well, which is handy dandy. So now I just have to decide where I want them. I don't think I want to put a hole through this cute little girl. So I might make that one offset. All right, so let me take my ruler here. And I think I'm going to get her lined up there. I think I'm going to put one, let's see, I think I'll put the bottom ones at this level here. So I'm going to put one here and here. And then I need 2 in the middle here. So I'll put the other row here, and then I need 2 kind of middle-ish. So maybe here and here and here. And then I need ones to be across from each other. Let me get this lined up. At this line here. So here. 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 I think I want it here. So let's make sure that these are lined up vertically, because otherwise it will look off if they're not vertically aligned. See, this one is off by a little bit. Here, here, here. 1, 2, 3, 4 is there. And 1, 2, 3, these look like they're in pretty good alignment. 1, 2, 3, with just this one off a little bit right here so that it doesn't poke that girl. Okay, and I think I can just use my hole punch on here. So I'm gonna center those 1. Come on, you. There we go. 2, 3. Can't reach that one. That's okay, because I also have this one. And I really love this one. This is, I had this one first. Before I bought the smaller one. I found the smaller one, actually, believe it or not, in the Michaels, at the back of the store. They have some clearance bins, and it must have been that it must have been returned or something, but it's still in the packaging, pristine. So it must have been that someone just didn't want it, which is crazy. So I scooped it up, and it was like super duper clearance. I can't remember, but I bought the big bite. This is called the Crocodile Big Bite first, and it's fantastic because it allows you to reach places that the handheld one just doesn't. Okay, so I need 8 of these little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of those eyelets. And now I'm just gonna crunch them in, squish them in. Oops. One, 2. See if I can do assembly line. Squish. 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 Okay, 3 more. And then I will grab the elastic and I can show you how I do this. Where did I see someone do this? I don't think I adapted this. I did not invent this. But I think, oh, you know, I think it was the Cafe Craft was the person I saw do this first. There we go. And now some elastic. So I got this roll of elastic off Amazon 5 years ago, 7 years ago, I don't know, quite a long time ago. So this crosses over here, and then see, I can't remember how I did this now. Does it go here? Here, and then across the back to here. Need a lot more. And then crisscrosses over here, up through here, down through here. Need a little bit more. So we wind up with a crisscross here, and then on the back, this is what it looks like. And I'm just going to cut, I'll tie it off right there, cut. So you have elastic, I suppose you could also do that with a ribbon. Be really pretty with ribbon, but the nice part about the elastic, why is this looking weird, is, you know, that it has holding power. And I will eventually cut this down more, but I want to make sure it's right first. It feels a little loose because you want to be able to slot things in there and have them hold. So that's a little bit loose. You need to tighten that up a little bit. But you can see it's a super straightforward, quick element to make. And I find it useful, especially in kinds of any kind of a laptop type file folder journal where it's not straight journaling, but you might be, it might be something that people are using it as a gift giving idea board. Let me see. There we go. Tie a bow. And that way it's adjustable. There we go. Maybe a button toggle would be good there too. There we go. And see, we're able to preserve our little girl. And well, we went through him, but there was no helping that. I suppose I could have gone further to the edge, but I don't want to get too far to the edge because then you'll compromise the stability of the double board. So that is my elastic board, and I'm going to attach that there. But before I attach that there, I want to put my little keepers in. So I want one here, and I'm just going to cut a hole in this here. What do I want that? I want this to be like right. I want it here. Like that. So that will go like that. It will go over it. And then I want the hole on this side. See, I don't want to go over this edge here because that'll impinge with the hinge. So I'm going to put this hole right there. Like that. And I need an eyelet. To squish down like that. Actually, you know what? I should probably put, oh, you know, I'm going to put this here. That's right. I'm going to put that there. So I'm just going to put some glue on the back here. Put that over like so. The extra glue out of the way there. And then my thingamajig goes in there. Spread the legs out like that. Okay. So then that should hold down this corner, but you can still flip it out of the way to open it. And I'm going to do a very similar thing with this one over here on this corner. Down here. But this one is metal. And I should probably embellish this somehow. I don't know if I'll maybe have a little label. Probably a little label. Do I have any? These are some labels that I embellished last year. Is this a small one? It's not small enough. Well, one thing at a time. Getting ahead of myself. So I want this to go right there, I think. And I do have a split pin that goes there, and I also have an eyelet. So let's make this hole properly. And we're gonna reinforce it. And we're gonna put our believe. Oh no, oh, didn't think of that. That's okay, I have plenty of other split pins I can use. Put this one back. Oh, you know what I can put on here? Ha ha ha, I just had a good idea. When my daughter was little, she would hold up her little finger and go, idea. So cute. Will this one fit? Ha ha ha. Perfect. And so this will go through believe, through here, split the legs like so. And now these should, whoops, this is going to go like this, around that side like that. And then this will close like that, and this will close like that. And it will keep this from flapping open, but you can open these and still use all of this storage in here. So all that remains to be done is to secure this to this with the hinge here, like so, and then just glue this onto the page. So I will review this in the next video. I think this is long enough. Thanks so much for joining me. If you could, please click like, hit that subscribe button, and check out the other links that are linked at the end of this video. Thanks so much. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.